Hello friends! Thank you for watching and logging on. I'm going to be doing a mom on the go kind of simple makeup tutorial for you guys, doing some of my favorite fast and easy products. Super doable, and just wanted to say that if you guys need to be color matched or if you have any questions, make sure to just comment color match down below and I will message you to get you all set up. But we're going to just dive on in. So I labeled this tutorial a tired mama makeup look because I feel like that's so relatable, and I feel like there's so many times that us moms need to be put together or have to be put together and we're just not feeling it. So I feel like this tutorial would be a really great one to do at home if you are like me and you're just sometimes really sleepy. We stayed up way too late last night, so I am lagging big time. But first things first is our concealer. We're gonna use this as foundation and concealer. But before I'm doing this, I actually did my pre-makeup routine, which I always do. I swear by this routine. It is the setting spray, touch bold setting spray, then mattifying face primer, then touch bold setting spray. So setting spray, primer, setting spray is the little routine that you want to make sure to do before you put on any makeup, because it's going to make your skin flawless. It's going to cap all your creases, cap all your pores, so your foundation, your concealer, whatever you're putting on sits really nicely and evenly on top of your skin. So highly recommend to make sure you're doing that. Very important. And if you're doing it with what you have at home and you're not achieving those results, I'm telling you, it wasn't until I grabbed these products that I started to see those major difference. So could not recommend this brand enough. And like I said, everything has a love it guarantee, so if you need to return anything for any reason, you can. And if you need to be color matched, or if you need me to message you or need any help at all, just comment color match in the comments and I'll message you. All right, so now for the coverage, I'm going to go in with two colors of my Skin Solution Concealer, which is the shade Lace for all over and then the shade Organza for my under eye. So I'm going to blend that in with the blending bud. These are damp, so you want to make sure to wring out the bottle really well. Wring out the blending bud really well to make sure that it's not sopping, because that's going to add too much moisture into your makeup. But having it just damp enough is going to be perfection, because it's going to add moisture into the foundation, or in this case concealer, and help it to blend out really nicely and evenly. It just looks super soft on your skin. So we're going to just apply this all over like so, and just keep blending this out. And these blending buds are from Unique, so I always say this in my tutorials, these make a really big difference because they're made from a different material than your everyday beauty blender. Now I'm going to use a smaller one to blend this in on my under eye, and we used a little bit lighter of a shade for our under eye, so so that really helps the under eye kind of pop forward. If you have really heavy set under eyes like I do, the shade Organza in the Skin Solution Concealer is incredible because it's really going to help kind of rise your under eyes upward, which is always super helpful. And another part that's really important as well is making sure that you are using this concealer for your under eyes, because it has caffeine infused in it, so it actually gives you an instant little eye lift. But in this case, we're using it for all over, so we're almost getting a whole facelift with this. That caffeine just infuses into your skin, and just like caffeine does for your body when you drink a coffee, it just wakes it up. It just brings life to it. So if you've been feeling like your skin, especially when you put makeup on, is just looking like a little dull or a little boring, or just isn't doing what you want, I highly recommend to try out this little tutorial, which again, the Skin Solution Concealer, all the makeup I'm using is all available on my website, which is RheaHopeBeauty.com. I have it written out in the comments, but you can type it in your web Safari, or you can just message me and I'll give you the link to it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just keep blending this out. Now it's super buildable, just like all the other foundations that we offer, but I do love that the Skin Solution Concealer doesn't feel like you have anything on your skin. It doesn't feel dry, doesn't feel cakey, doesn't feel powdery, doesn't feel like anything. So another really good reason to to use it, honestly. You can use it underneath, on top of foundation. I never really recommend to use it underneath foundation because I feel like that's when you start to experience that like cakiness. So if you are using your concealer first and then doing foundation, I urge you to try it the other way and see how you like it. I mean, if it works for you, great, whatever. Everyone is different, but I encourage you guys to try it the opposite way. It's actually funny because I used to do it that way. I used to put my concealer on first, then foundation, and I always felt like my under eyes just looked heavy, looked really cakey, and just looked like I had like a bunch of product on. And it wasn't until I flipped them and started using this product that I really started to see that really drastic difference. So there is the coverage of the concealer all over. Again, we use lace all over and then organza on our, on our under eye. So it just looks super, super soft. Love how like almost dewy it looks as well. So now I'm going to go ahead and set the product. So I'm going to use my Touchable Translucent Setting Powder. So this setting powder it has no color to it. It's translucent, but I am going to mist my dry blending bud. This one is from Walmart actually, with my setting spray just to get it to cling on to the powder really well. And we're going to grab that on there, and then we're going to use this. Typically I say wherever we used concealer, but in this case we used concealer all over. So I'm just going to use this wherever I get really shiny or oily throughout the day. So this is going to kind of absorb any of that oil that's pushing against our foundation, making it like stop in its tracks. So if you are menopausal, if you work in a kitchen, if you live somewhere it's really humid, or if you're like me and you just have oily skin, this product right here, which I took the cap off mine to use it in a technique called baking, which is this technique of putting a lot on. It's really, really helpful. So we're just going to sweep this away, which is going to leave like a very fine, almost like a very fine layer on our skin, which is going to be just perfect enough for absorbing any of that oil or elements that are trying to mess up our makeup. All right, so now that we have our setting product on, now I'm going to go ahead and go in with my pressed powder in the shade Satin. So this is a really, really good product if you have combination skin or dry skin. Obviously, you could use oily skin as well, but this is a really great product if you are worried about your powders that you're using to set your product from making your skin feel or look dry. So our pressed powders are so dang silky soft. I always compare them to like an airbrushed finished coverage. This is like what you want to use when you want that like super porcelain doll finish. So we're just going to pop this on all over. And like I said, this is really going to just finish off the makeup look. And again, if you need to be color matched for any of these products, just comment color match in the comments and I will message you. And everything I'm using is available on my website, which is RheaHopeBeauty.com, which I've written out in the comments. All right, so now that we have satin all over, which I used on a big giant kabuki brush, so I just kind of layered that over top just to give us like a really soft complexion. And now we're gonna kind of chisel out our cheek structure. So we're gonna use the same product I just used, which is again the pressed powder, but this is in a darker shade. The shade Dupiani is a really great one for contouring. I like that it's a little bit darker without being too heavy. So we're gonna take this product right here, and this brush is so important. You're going to start at the top of the ear and work towards the corner of the mouth. Now, the reason this brush is so important is because this is going to really be the perfect shape for contouring. It's the perfect amount of tapered, it's a perfect amount of fluff. It fits so nicely in that hollow of your cheek, so you never feel like your contour looks too fat or too overdone or over the top. So like I had said, follow that top of the ear towards the corner of the mouth and like swish back and forth, then stop and swirl over top of that to separate that. So now it just looks really soft and blended, and you still have that like sun-kissed look. So now we're gonna go ahead and go over the temples, so kind of swirl down just like this. And now you can contour at any age. There is no like age limit for contouring. Honestly, it just depends on you, what your preference is, what you want your makeup to look like. So if you're wanting a really soft and subtle look like this one, you can still achieve that with contouring. What we're doing is we're just adding that color back to our skin so we don't look so washed out or so like pale or just ghostly. So we're just simply adding that natural color we normally have to our skin back. So we're going to go ahead and apply this down the sides of the nose. Again, we're just playing with lighting. Wherever you put this is going to recede. Wherever you don't have it will kind of fall back and look a lot brighter. And then everything I'm using, including that brush, is on my website, rheahopebeauty.com. All right, so now I'm going to take a big fluffy brush and I'm going to use it on my shade Sisterly in my blush. I talk about this color all the time because it is so stunning on. It is so soft and so pretty and just gives your skin just this illumination with that like very light flush color. So it's very, very flattering on all skin types and skin tones because it just simply gleams and just brings out your cheek structure. So really, really great blush. Again, is the shade Sisterly, and again, available on my website, rheahopebeauty.com. All right, so now that our face is pretty much done, I'm going to wait on my highlight because I'm going to do something different for you guys today. So I'm going to use my brow pencil in the shade Medium for my eyebrows. And I'm going to go from the tear duct straight up, and this is where we're going to kind of cap off our eyebrow. And then we're going to go from the top of the arch, the top of the corner to the arch. Just like so. And once you get to that arch, then we're going to go from the bottom corner to the arch, just like that. And then once we kind of have the shape of our eyebrow that we want, then we're just going to color in. So this brow pencil is my favorite product to use and to recommend, especially if you're new at drawing on your eyebrows or filling them in, because of the way that it's shaped. It's so dainty, so you get really nice, precise hair-like strokes. It has a retractable tip, so you never have to worry about sharpening it. And then also is pigmented without being overly dark. So like sometimes you'll use a brow pencil and you're like, oh my gosh, what have I done? This looks too dark, this looks too intense. What you can do with this especially is flip it around and grab the spoolie side and then just comb through. So this will lighten it up and kind of like smoosh and swish that color around. And now you can really see that difference. This side looks so much higher up and it looks like I have so much more room for my under eye or for my eyeshadow versus this side that kind of just looks a little down, looks a little blah, doesn't look as framed. So it really does a lot, especially for opening up your eye area. So if you ever feel like your your eyes in general just look small or just look like they're being lost, doing your eyebrows will really kind of give you that little bit of an eye lift and really draw the attention to your eyes, especially if you have smaller eyes, hooded eyes, or wear glasses. So doing your eyebrows is not just about your brows. It has a lot to do with just like making the overall makeup look seamless and also kind of finished, and just gives a really nice frame to your face. So it does quite a bit. All right, so now same thing. I just like to take my spoolie side and comb through because I just want to kind of give them a little bit of shape. So now that we've done that, now I'm going to show you a really easy eye look, which is not really even an eye look. So we're going to go in with the limited edition Beloved Palette 3 from Unique, obviously. And I'm going to take this color right here, which is the shade Unselfish, on my fluffy crease brush. And I'm just going to very lightly swish this on the inner corner of my eye, just like so. And now I'm going to take my finger and just kind of blend that out a little bit, because I don't want like a ton of eyeshadow, but I really want to illuminate my eye, and this is a super easy way to do it without looking like we're overdone or anything like that. So we're kind of like almost faking an eye look, and I'll just slowly build that up as I go until I really like the outcome. But I love this palette. I love good metallic colors, especially for my eyes, especially for the inner corner of your eye. All right, so like I had said, we're going to do something a little different for our highlight. I'm actually going to take that same color, Unselfish, and we're going to take it on this, what is this, a Stilazzi brush, and I'm going to grab that there, and I'm going to very lightly just dust this on the highest parts of my cheekbone, and this is like the prettiest, like glowy highlight, just like that. This brush is empty, and I'm just going to blend that out, and look at how just illuminated that looks. And that's so pretty. If you love that good like dewy finish look, talk about an easy, pretty highlight. Oh, so gorgeous. Ooh, look at that highlight. Look at that glow. All right, so now that we've done our eyes, now I'm going to set my makeup, and then we're going to do our lashes and our lips. So perfect way to set your makeup, and most important thing to use when you're setting it is the Touch Bold setting spray. And the reason that's so important is it's going to add moisture into your powders and into your foundation, which helps it to expand and look so much more natural on your skin versus if you weren't using a setting product at all. It's also going to help to prevent it transferring like on your phone or if you hug someone or on your mask or whatever, but it really does help just to make the overall appearance of the makeup just look softer on your skin. All right, so once we've set that, now we're gonna go in with, I'm just gonna pop on my lips really fast. We're gonna use the lip butter in the shade Beach Bonfire, which is a really pretty, like peachy pink. And I love this color because it has like those really pretty undertones of peachy and pink. And it has shea butter and vitamin E in it, so it's so hydrating for your lips. All right, so now we're gonna take the Twisted Mascara and we're gonna go right in with the larger one. Now this mascara is so cool because it has biotin, argan oil, and keratin infused in it. So if you're trying to grow out your lashes and you're looking for like the lash product to use, this is it. It is so dang good at helping your lashes grow while you're wearing it. And if you're using the Esteem Lash Serum, you're going to see results so quickly, which if you're unfamiliar, the Esteem Lash Serum is only $24. It's on my website, rheahopebeauty.com, and you apply it to your lashes, and you could use it on your eyebrows every single night before bed, which is what I do. And then when you use this during the day, you're literally going to see the most incredible results with your lashes growing. And if you're using it on your eyebrows, obviously your brows are going to grow. And it's super sensitive for your eyes. It doesn't change the color of them or anything weird. All right, so now I'm going to go in with a smaller one, which is the top portion, and we're just going to fine tune this. And you guys, this is my favorite part of this mascara is because it has this teeny tiny little wand, which is seriously perfection for those hard to reach lashes in the inner corner. And if you have really short lashes, this is a good tool to use it first before you use the bigger one, just to get a little bit of length for your lashes. And that's the whole makeup tutorial, you guys. How fast and easy is that? I love just how soft and flawless the whole makeup look looks together. And you would never know that we're just wearing concealer. So again, if you need to be color matched, just comment color match in the comments and I'll message you. Make sure you're shopping at rheahopebeauty.com for all of your makeup skincare needs. And let me know if I could be of any help to you guys. So I appreciate you guys watching and I will see you soon. Bye, guys.